Jacqueline Morgenstern, daughter of Suzanne and Carl Morgenstern. After watching her mother being dragged into a gas chamber, she was used as an experiment by SS Dr. Kurt Heismeyer and eventually murdered at age 13.
Jacques Ben-Gigi, son of Fortuné and Masuda Ben-Gigi, gassed upon arrival at Auschwitz at age 13. A letter he wrote before he was murdered. Oh Mama, my dear Mama, I know how much you suffered on my account on this happy occasion of Mother's Day. I send you from afar my best wishes from the bottom of my little heart. So far from you, darling Mama, I've done everything I could to make you happy. When you sent packages, I've shared them with the children who have no parents. Mama, my dear Mama, I leave you with hugs and kisses. Your son who loves and adores you, Jacques.
George Halpern, son of Seraphine and Julius Halpern, discovered hiding in the children's home in Izu until he was taken to Auschwitz and gassed upon arrival at age 8.
Henoch Kornfeld, son of Moish and Liba Kornfeld, deported to the ghetto, then gassed at Belzec extermination camp at age 3.
Redlich Goldstein, mother of Eva and Michael Goldstein, lived in Oldenburg until she and her family were forced into a ghetto and murdered there.
These are but 6 of the over 6 million lives lost under the Nazi regime. Decades ago, the Jewish people suffered terribly in one of the most shocking crimes in human history. Throughout Europe, the Nazis, their collaborators, and supporters sought to exterminate every Jew they could, deporting them to concentration camps for backbreaking work or immediate slaughter. Those that were cruelly murdered in the Holocaust must not be remembered as simple numbers, but as real names, identities that all have their own stories. The testimony from first-hand witnesses of these horrible events remains crucial, and we must remember in today's world so it will never happen again. I will now call upon Rabbi Ben Meir to recite a Kel Maleh in memory of those lost in the Shoah. He will then be joined by our choir, and we will sing Ani Mami. Please rise.
Stand.
אל מלא רחמים שוכן במרומים המרצה מנוחה נכונה על כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמות 6 מיליוני היהודים חללי השואה באירופה שנהרגו, שנשחטו, שנשרפו ושנספו על קידוש השם בידי המרצחים הגרמנים הנאצים ועוזריהם משאר העמים. לכן בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמותיהם. אדוני הוא נחלתם בגן עדן תהא מנוחתם ויעמדו לגורלם לקץ הימין ונאמר אמן. Amen.
today a very special person, a first-hand witness of the Holocaust. Mrs. Stephania Sitbon was born in Warsaw, Poland. At a young age, her and her family were forced into the Warsaw Ghetto, where she lived until a Christian woman helped her and her family members seek temporary refuge in the Warsaw Zoo. Her story, and many like hers, were the subject of the recent film The Zookeeper's Wife. Following that, her family separated. After the war, she lived in Austria and Poland before making Aliyah to Israel and eventually moving to Canada. As many of you know, I lived in Warsaw when I was little. And my family actually lived on a street that was part of the Warsaw Ghetto called Zimna Street. It is my pleasure to welcome Mrs. Sitbon today, and we will hear from her in a few minutes after learning some relevant historical background.
On September 1st, 1939, Hitler sent the German army to invade Poland as part of his dream of Lebensraum, or living space, for the entire German people. The Nazis operated swiftly, using blitzkrieg tactics to stun the Poles into submission, which sparked the onset of the war. Within a month, the Germans and the Soviets had taken control of and divided the entire country. Poland was the Nazis' guinea pig for perfecting their ruthless methods of the final solution: the removal of all non-Aryans, particularly Jews, from German society. They resettled Jews in ghettos, forced manual labor upon them, and eventually enslaved and murdered them. Life in the ghettos was very difficult, with multiple families being crammed in tiny rooms, and malnutrition and disease running rampant. The Nazis and their collaborators shut down businesses and even hanged officials publicly to instill fear in the people. Over the course of 6 years of occupation, the Polish occupation resulted in the death of nearly 5.5 million people, 20% of the overall population of the country, and almost 90% of its Jewish inhabitants. The vast majority of these deaths were non-combat related. Jews were exterminated in work and death camps and were gunned down in open graves in forests. On Yom HaShoah, we commemorate these souls to ensure that they are never forgotten.
As historian Emanuel Ringelblum wrote in his Warsaw Ghetto Papers in 1942, even in the most barbaric times, a human spark glowed in the rudest heart. But the Hilarion beast is quite different. It would devour the dearest of us, those who arouse the greatest compassion, our innocent children. Only 6 to 11% of Europe's pre-war Jewish population of children survived. Some children survived the war by being hidden among Gentile society. These hidden children faced a variety of difficult circumstances. Many parents sent their children into hiding with Christian families or religious institutions where they hoped the child could pass off as Aryan. Others hid in attics or cellars with the constant threat of discovery by the authorities. Some were fortunate enough to have obtained false papers that eased their way into Gentile society. In hiding, these children face obstacles such as being forced to hide physical characteristics, learning new languages and customs, or adopting a new name or identity. They kept away from situations where their true identity would be exposed, held fast to their false names and religions, and avoided mannerisms or language that might be considered Jewish or foreign. Children were kept in cellars and attics where they had to keep quiet, even motionless, for hours on end. In rural areas, hidden children lived in barns, cellars, or storage compartments. Among the most painful memories for hidden children was their separation from their parents. Many Jewish children went into hiding alone or with siblings. It is now my honor to invite our guest, Mrs. Sitbon, to share her experiences with us.
I can't stand up.
My name is Stephania Sitbon. I was February 39. And like you see, I was 7 months. I have a brother that was 2. And we were sent to the ghetto Russia. We were there till 43 until the uprising. There was hunger, sickness, everybody tried to find some food. And at 42, before we left the ghetto, was born my brother. 42 October. Yeah, October 42. He was 2 months and he cried because my mom couldn't feed him. Milk she couldn't find. She used to take a cloth, put in water and sugar, and this would the baby live off. And before, my mom used to sneak out from the ghetto to find food for us, to buy food. They got money, but they didn't have in the ghetto food. And my mom used to sneak out. And one day when she came back, she returned to the ghetto, stopped her 4 Polish guys and said, "Why are you walking around by yourself? We will take you to your home." She knew they cannot take her because they will kill her before they leave. And where they stopped her, there was a window from a basement apartment that very poor Polish people used to live in it. And by the window stood a guy that heard all the conversation and argument with my mom. He came out and started to scream on my mom. How many times I have to tell you not to go out, not to... He said, "You know her?" We said, "Yes." My mom didn't know from where he came. He said to them, "Okay, I will take her. I know where she lives and I will take her home." He started to go with her and she was shaking like a leaf on the wagon. And he said, "Don't worry, I will take you where you need." She still didn't believe that this is true, from where the angel came. And she still didn't want to show him from where she sneaked out. And she stopped on a corner and says, I am here, this is okay." He said, "Don't worry, I want to help. And next time, if you need, we will make like a rendezvous, and you will leave money, and I will bring you the food." My mom didn't believe, and she said, "You know what? I want you to meet my husband tomorrow, and then I will decide. We will decide if this is right." She came home when my father came, because he wasn't with us. He was with the guys underground, what made the uprising after. He came visit my mom and she told him the story. And he said, "You know what, we need this guy. We want to try him. We want that he buys for us some guns, some rifle." And my father met this guy and told him that if he wants to help, we need this and this. He said, "From where I will take," and he made a contact between him and an officer, a Polish army officer that helped us also. And he started to bring Molotov bottles, and guns and rifles. This is my son. And my father said to my mom, "You can trust him. He's okay." And he started to really bring us food. My mom gave money, and he bring us food. And before the uprising, this was in the beginning of 43, my father came and said to my mom, "You have to leave the ghetto because there will be an uprising, and we know that they will come with tanks, with their guns, and we are only with guns. We will be killed, but I want you and the kids to survive." And she asked him, where should I go? And there is a baby, and the guy that helped my mom said to her, "Give me the baby, I will put him in a daycare of nuns." She still was worried, but then he took my brother. She stood in a door across the daycare, and she saw that he put his kid inside. And now we have to leave the ghetto. And my mom said, "Where will we go?" And he said that he heard that the director of the zoo, of Warsaw Zoo, hired people, not for long, but for 24 hours, 48 hours, and then the underground find them places that they go, usually at the Polish people villages. And my mom said, "If this is true, I know those people." And he asked how. My grandfather from the side of my mom got a small hotel with fruits and vegetables, and whatever left over, he used to bring to the zoo. And my mom used to go with him because he spoke English, and she knew Polish, and she translated what he was. And this is how she knows them. And she says, if they really do this, I think they will take us also. And one evening at 6 o'clock after the curfew, she took my brother and me, and we ran because we used to live not far from the zoo. And she knocked at the door, and in this minute when she knocked on the door, the son passed and heard that somebody knocks. And he ran to the parents and said, "Somebody knocks." And his mother said, "Then open the door, see who is this." And he opened the door and saw my mom, because my grandfather used to bring a good fruit for him, because he was a smoky. And he said someone's daughter with her kids came. And she says, "Where they are?" And he says, "By the door, go bring them." And we were there for 2.5 months. We were hiding at the rooms, at the basement. Sometimes when the German came, because they kill and steal the nice animals to Berlin, and they have space, and they put their ammunition. And from time to time, they used to come and check. When the gate saw that they come in, they gave a signal to the villa. They lived in a villa at the at the zoo, and she used to sit on a piano, start to play. Wherever we knew we had to hide. And we hide under the bed, just hiding. My brother used to close my mouth and say, be quiet, don't cry, don't say a word because we will kill Mom. And we sit until they left. And one day he passed the kitchen where the stuff was, and he heard the kitchen talking between them. What happened to them? There is no food and they eat like pigs. And because they asked for repeat to bring us food. And then they decided after 2.5 months that we have to leave because they were worried that they will talk and this will be a disaster because they will kill all the people there. And then came against the guy, the Polish guy, and my mom told him, look, we have to leave, what do we do? And he said, you know, he has a family in a convent, he will put Moshe and my brother in the convent. And my mom said, this one was not circumcised, but this is a Jew, because he was born before the war. And he said, for money they will help. And he took my brother to a convent. And me, he gave to family. I didn't got kids. And in a village besides Russia, and they said to him, okay, we will take her, but nobody will take her from me. She will be ours. And he said, okay, let's say yes, now after we will see what happens. And my mom also went to a village beside Russia. And this way, how we survived. Let's say, I'm 45, thank God my father also survived in Borgais. And after the war, my mom started to collect the kids. First of all, she went to the daycare of nuns, where my younger brother was. She took with her friend, because she was worried by herself to go. And she came in and she said she heard that somebody found we ran away and the things, she told them a story. And the mother of the daycare right away knew who is the son. But there was a full room of kids, sick and crying. And she said to my mom, go around and try to find your son. She goes around. And her friend said, come, we going home. Look how the kids look. And then she saw on the corner, a boy, a tree, like my brother, sits on a top, on a stool, doesn't talk, and very, very sick, and only fast, no nothing, only this. Till today we call it fast. And she said to her friend, you know what, this is my son. She says, don't say nothing. You see, they save him, leave him here. I know Shmuel, he will make you more. this one live here. This will be not normal. And my mom said, no, I will leave, knowing that I left my son by the nuns. No, I take him. She took him, he didn't walk, he didn't go, nothing. Then she went to the convent. And there he was teach not to clean, not to take off his pants, besides people. They teach him to pray. Every morning he used to pray even at home. But my father said, if you don't stop, I throw him out. And she said, don't worry, in time he will stop. And then they came to pick me. And she said, no. She is mine. You said, she said to the guy, you said she will be mine. He said, this is not yours, boy, and you won't have. What can she say that this is her daughter? They paid and they sold me. They sold me. And this is 45, and my mom got my sister. She was pregnant still at the war in October 45 we born my sister. And my father looked for a daughter for my brother. We were also sick, and he couldn't find in Poland. And somebody said to him, go to Austria. There is a sanatorium, they will help you. And this is how we lived there 1 year. After that, my father came back. The family got a carpenter. They were carpenters. Huh? Yeah. And my father was, like I said, 13 siblings. They were 8 brothers and 5 sisters. And all brothers work in the, now they start to look for the family. They looked in the newspaper, flyers, nobody. I found everybody at Auschwitz in the book. I was at 2014 on the March of Prayer. And when we was in Auschwitz, I know that my parents looked for the family. And I said I would try. And then I found the Sobol family in Kevin. I found all of them. And my father's family, I can say they were like 100 people. They were 13 kids, 12, I say, with my father. 12 kids, very, very religious. Everybody married, with 5, 6 kids. They come out. And from here, 7 siblings also. And my father started, and he got a big order. Then he didn't believe nobody. He said he will take the order by himself. He took in a train 3 containers and went to the owners, and on the way back was a heart attack and passed away. Before he passed away, he left 4 days. My mom got my brother, the youngest brother. In July, my father passed away. She left her by herself with 5 small kids. time because there was money. And after that, it was very late. My mom wanted to go to Israel, but the hotel was already closed in Poland. And we were there till 57 till a new prime minister came to the power, and he heard from the ministers there the Jew want to go. He said, let them go. And in 56, he said, who wants to go? Jews, yes, only Jews can go. My mom was the first in the line. Why? Because my brother in 57 should be already in 2 months, he should be 20 and go to the army, Polish army. And my mom said, if army, only in Israel. But I want to come back to my younger brother. When she took him, as the mother of the baker said, what you have over your head, because this kid got all the sickness from all the kids. A lot of kids passed away and he survived. What his you have over your head? And when she took him, her friend said, what you are doing? My mom said, you will see, you will be a soldier in Palestine. Me? She said yes. And then we went to Austria and he came already, started to talk a little bit, walk. Now he grew up very nice. But why I tell you this story? Because will be now Independence Day, and at Israel on the Independence Day, the best soldiers in 10 units came before the president. My mom got a letter to come to Jerusalem in the Independence Day. She said, my brother, older brother, was in the army. He was 27 years in the army. We finished that big officer. And he didn't want to tell. He knew what happened, but he didn't want to tell. And my mom called to her friend. They were very close. And said, come with me to Jerusalem. Why? I got an invitation, I don't know where. She said, to the party of the Independence Day. She said, what happened? They went and started the whole ceremony. And then they called the soldiers, they came out, and they called the names, and they got the Medal of Honor and everything, and they hear Shmuel. My brother, that my mom said that he will be a soldier in Palestine. And not only a soldier, the best in his unit. And my mom cried, and everybody came, why you cried? And her friend said she had a reason why she cried. She couldn't believe he was the best soldier in his unit. And we invited the guy, the Polish guy. My mom takes care of his richest among the nations. He had a tree at Gatshen. He got even a pension because he was poor. My mom fight for it, but he was against it. And for the Zookeepers, they were the richest among them. And not only my mom, because there was 300 Jews, and everybody, when my mom started it, everybody signed it until after. Jan and Antonina Grabinska, Sigmund Pięta. Sigmund Pięta. And every year we invite him to us. And my husband and me, we went to Jerusalem, to Bethlehem, to Stephania, all the places that he wants to see, to Eilat, everywhere. And all the years, my brother, my mom, I send them money. Even my mom once bought nylon.
Bags. Bags?
No,
Socks.
Nylon socks. The Polish girls like nylon socks. She wrote her, sell it. She send her 20 pair. Send it and you will have money also. And I even from here, now he's not alive, even from here I send him at Christmas, I send him a package of oranges. And my brother always goes there with the family, give them money. This is my story.
I want to thank you for joining us and speaking. We can have a seat for another minute or two. Are there any questions that we'd like to ask Mrs. Sitbon? Mind if I ask you one? When did you start speaking? How long have you been speaking about your experiences? Is it something you started very early, or?
No.
Yeah?
To tell you the truth, I didn't speak till 2014.
Wow.
On March of the meeting, the director said, why do you not quiet? You have such a magnificent story. Tell the kids that they know we don't forget. The truth is, my brother's line is almost the youngest one. I got 7 months. My brother was born in 42. My brother was 2 years. The older tells the people going. We are the last one. And when I was in the March, saying Ellie Rosen, he was the director of the March of the meeting, he said, Stephania, you have to talk. Because no training left. The people in the kids have to know.
Question over here.
How did you feel about religion and Judaism after the war was over?
My mom asked, where was God? And I was proud that I am Jewish. I finished high school in Poland. I was in a school for teachers. There were 280 kids. And I was the one that everybody knew that I am Jewish. Because before the lesson, the teacher used to read the names if everybody is there. And my name is Königstein from home. Königstein, this means wine of König, of king. Königstein. And she pronounced it Königswein. And I said, this is not Königswein, this is Königswein. And she said, in German, you read like this. And I said, I was then 14. And I said, I am the opposite from German. I am Jewish. The class was low, but they need me because they take the homework from me. Once we got an exam in math, and my girlfriend said, sit aside. She took all what I read, she took it from me. After we got the results, I see I have 2. In Poland, 5 was the best, and 2 was the 0 here, I don't know. And I said to the teacher, how come? I know I did everything good. And she said, you know why? Because she took from you. She got 2 and you got.
Joseph?
Now in the 21st century, it's becoming not an accepted idea, but a more common idea that some people think the Holocaust was a hoax. Some people like to deny the Holocaust. I was wondering what you thought of that.
I don't care about it.
Good answer.
Like now in Poland, they also start with this. And I said, this is stupid. Because all the camps, all the happened there. How can they say, when the German came to a house, they used to go out to look and said, here is a Jew, here is a Jew, in the second floor is a Jew. Then how can, I don't say, I live because the Polish people. This I cannot say. And I think they take advantage of us that speak about the whole Polish. But there was very, very tiny. This is my son will come.
Sammy?
Like the Holocaust was like a really horrific time, and a lot of survivors who I've heard spoken about it, afterwards they said the Holocaust instigated something within them, an idea to I don't know, some of them they really want to get back to the community and help build the community, or some of them they pursued different interests that the Holocaust instigated within them. So the Holocaust I don't know help build or give you some idea or ideal that something you took away. I don't really know how to explain that.
מה האידיאל שלקחת לחיים מתוך השואה? מה המסר שאת מעבירה הלאה?
Let's say that I was very small. I didn't know, and I think my brain blocked it, that I became normal, because otherwise it's very hard. But whatever I say, I have from Sitbon. One day he came at this time of the independence, and he asked me, Mom, Ivka, you talk with your kids? They know what they pass? She said, be quiet. I don't want them to know they are normal, and I want them to grow like that. And he said, Everett, come sit. I want to talk to you. My mom was mad and this, and he said, then he talked with the folks.
How do you feel about the Germans now, it's been 1 or 2 generations?
You know, I was very bad that I hear people going to the I went, when I was still in Israel, we went for a trip to Europe. There was French, England, Greece, and Italy. We were in Greece, on the border of Germany, and the guide said, we can sneak in there. I know the guys on the border, they were living tonight in 44 in the back. I said, no. And she said, what do you know? I said, if I would like a trip to Germany, I would go to Germany. I don't go, you can leave me here, you know. She said, I cannot leave because security there. I said, and she says, they all want to go, and my husband is Faradi. They came, there were few Faradim, they came to my husband, what she was very good, and he said, at this point, she's the boss. She's the boss. And I'm the boss.
Avi?
How old were you when the Holocaust started?
7 months. This is why I don't know. I didn't know nothing.
So you had family perished in Auschwitz. What do you think of the people? Do you think the people who had the ability to bomb the tracks, do they also share some sort of responsibility to turn a blind eye?
שלא הפציץ את אושוויץ. בפועל החיים של מי שהיה להפציץ נגד הספסל של
This, okay, when the Jewish people want to come to Canada, the president says, 0 is too many. No, they won't. They didn't see. They didn't see. They didn't believe.
How do you feel about Germans now that are living in the houses that was taken away from the Jews? Do you think they
I
owe
don't
us?
think about it.
Do you think that they owe us and just getting back?
Look, they pay us. Nothing from the pay. Huh? Yeah. Pay us, but this is nothing compared to what they do.
I want to thank you again. I'm going to call over. The mayor and our choir again to lead us in the Sitbon, followed by a break.